Bell Hooks started her lessons in being a feminist, unapologetic badass, I would say, in the hills and hollers of Kentucky. She says that she owes her radical feminist critique to, quote, the hillbilly country folk who were my ancestors and kin. And so having learned that, she then went on to Stanford, then Madison, and finally UC Santa Cruz.
When I was a graduate student here in the History of Consciousness program, Bell Hooks was a graduate student in literature, and we ended up in classes together. She was very sharp, spoke her mind, and very engaging.
I think she had a difficult time here in many ways. It was not just a predominantly white institution, it was an overwhelmingly white institution. But at the same time, she engaged with the place, learned in the place, and changed the place through her presence here.
In 2004, she came to Berea College. She said, everything I am, feminist, critic, writer, was a seed planted in the soil of Kentucky. She felt kinship here with the motto and mission of the college to make of one blood all peoples of the earth, and her own message that feminism is for everybody and patriarchy has no gender.
Until black women and white women understand each other better, there will not be an end to racism in this society.
She was a powerful cultural critic, a powerful voice against racism in all its different forms.
Nothing to fear about the word transgress. It just means to push against the boundaries.
She had responses that she could articulate.
She's written 22 books, all of which are in print, including this thoughtful.
If you look at her books, she doesn't have reference notes. She refused. There's a feeling about a certain kind of academic requirement that she thought distracted from what it was she was trying to say.
I feel like men could march for days by themselves.
She said the unpopular thing, and she didn't pause to consider how that would affect her reputation. She authentically showed up to ask the right questions.
We are in danger as a nation of silencing any form of speech.
I think Bell Hooks deserves this Alumni Award because if you think about the enormity of the cultural and intellectual contribution that she made and influencing generation after generation, you couldn't have picked a better person.
I don't even know how people can live lives without people of color.
I think her legacy is that she is perhaps the most accessible public feminist intellectual of at least my lifetime. As influential as Angela Davis is, for example, as Audre Lorde is, they were not writing for the general public the way that Bell was. And you see this in her talks, in her public scholarship, and even in her books. She does not use academic jargon, and yet she is still unscathing and uncompromising in her critique.
She could feel what was happening energetically in the room and respond to that. And to me, that's what makes a great speaker, but it's also what makes a great teacher.
She never had a regular faculty position. She never got a MacArthur Award. She was never given, in my view, the stature and status institutionally that she deserved and should have had.
It's very moving to me to know that when she returned to UC Santa Cruz some years ago, she spoke of it as the place that changed the fate that she was born into.
Bell forever altered the discourse surrounding feminism, pushing for the inclusion of voices of Black and working-class women. It's our hope that honoring her with our Alumni Achievement Award will bring wider recognition of her important work. Her affiliation with UC Santa Cruz is truly an honor.